So, first of all, very warm welcome to everyone, and thank you very much for trusting us and joining us as your learning partner. And we look forward uh, to work with you, help you with your knowledge and your growth for next 6 months. So, thank you and welcome everyone. So, today's session is just introduction. I'll talk about a few topics. So let me share my screen and talk about the agenda for today. Okay. So welcome once again. I'll talk about these things that I listed here today, and then we will start regular learning sessions starting from the next session. So first of all, I'll talk a little about myself, what you will learn in the course, what we will cover in the course, a little about you and our previous students. We'll talk about our delivery model and how cohort-based model can benefit you, what are our course objectives, and how to access your content. And finally, how we will provide you support and your doubt clarification and all those things, how it will work, what are the communication channels we have. And then at the end, I'll talk little about some best practices that everyone should follow for everyone's benefit. And then towards the end of the session, I'll take questions from you if you have any. So let's start about from little bit about me. So my name is Prashant Kumar Pandey. Many of you already know me little bit from different sources and channels. I have 20 plus years of industry experience, and 12 plus years of that comes in big data and data engineering space. Prior to that, I have been Java and database developer. I'm currently working as a technical solution architect in a reputed company in India. I have published one book on Kafka streams, and I'm also author of 10 plus self-paced courses on. These are published on Oreilly, published by Packetpub, and they are also available on Udemy platform. I've taught more than 100,000 students using self-paced courses on Udemy platform itself. These numbers are not uh, inclusive from other platforms like Oreilly and things that are published by PactPub. I have 60,000 plus subscriber on my YouTube channel that I started a couple of years, maybe 3-4 years back. I'm not very active there, but uh, still a lot of people are learning from my YouTube videos. I'm also co-founder of Scholarness Technologies and another a small stealth mode company called Liornier Consulting. We are working on few things which are still in stealth mode. I don't. We are not in. I'm not in a position to disclose any more details about it, but it is in progress. So that's a little bit about me. Now let's talk about the course. What we are going to cover in this course, what you will learn, what you can expect uh, to learn at high level. It's not possible to cover everything in detail at this stage, but to give you an idea at high level, what all you will learn, what all we will cover in the complete course. So this course is this course flows in 4-5 different modules, as you can see here. The first one is focused on mastering PySpark. So this will start from with basics of big data and some parallel processing foundation knowledge. But we will quickly move into Spark programming, and you will learn Spark data frame programming in depth. We'll cover complete details of Spark programming with lots of hands-on practices, quizzes, and exercises and lessons. You will learn architecture, internal performance tuning, all that uh, is at high level, but you can consider we will go too deep into Spark programming using PySpark, and you will kind of master it by the end of the first module itself. The first module itself ends with a capstone project, and you will learn some real practical approach of designing, developing, deploying, automating uh, project in real life, including how you will build up your CI/CD pipelines for your data engineering project, how you will deploy it, how everything works in a real life project. You will learn all that end to end in this capstone project itself. That's your foundation. Once your foundation is done, we recommend you to try for Spark, Databricks Spark Developer Associates certification. It's not mandatory. It depends upon individual choice. If you are interested to get certified, we have some mock tests and internal evaluation process. We will help you with to prepare for the certification, and so that those who are interested in giving the certification exam, they are ready, confident, and they can crack the exam in their first attempt itself. So we provide everything that is needed to pass the exam. Then the next module will start, which is Databricks. So we'll start with the Azure Databricks. You will learn a little bit about Azure and then mostly Databricks Cloud on the Azure platform. And in this module, you will learn how to design lakehouse architecture, how to implement it, how to build the lakehouse architecture uh, for your data engineering projects. And then we will go into details of implementing incremental data processing and SCD implementation, SCD type 2, and all that. It's just high level. I'm trying to explain here what all you will learn. We'll go into the Delta Lake, what it is, how it works, what are the advantages, we'll go into internals of Delta Lake, and we will also learn some Databricks cloud capabilities, which are offered by Databricks only on top of Spark. That's not core Spark, but Databricks now comes with lot of additional features and capabilities, some additional tools to support the end-to-end journey of an data engineering project. So we will learn about that. Then the next module will start. We'll start learning about Spark streaming. So it will start with Kafka fundamentals. You will understand what Kafka is, how it works, how to set up, how to internals of Kafka. We will not go into the Kafka programming, but from foundation perspective, you will learn Kafka good enough in this module. And then we will go into Spark structured streaming. We'll focus on Spark structured streaming in detail. And then next thing will be to cover everything that Databricks has to offer as an streaming capability. So Spark streaming, including Databricks capabilities, we'll cover in this module. And then last is your again Databricks Data Engineer Associate certification preparation. So those who are interested in that certification will help them to prepare for the exam, Databricks Data Engineer Associate certification. Get ready with mock tests and internal evaluations so that you are confident enough before you go and appear for the actual exam. And finally, we'll end this course with a second capstone project, which will be purely cloud-based capstone project. So we have two projects here. The first project is on-premise based. Its target platform will be on-premise platform. So we designed this project with the uh, consideration of target platform as a Hadoop platform or an on-premise data engineering platform or big data platform. And the second one is purely cloud-based platform. So we'll design and develop and deploy and learn about how process works when your project goes on a cloud, how cloud-based projects are built and uh, designed and deployed. So that's about high level about the course, what we will cover. Now let's little bit about you. So this is some logos that we pulled up from this current batch, right? So these are the companies where students in the current batch itself are currently working. These are so it's about you, from where you are coming, or your batch or your cohort, your colleagues, from where they are coming to learn from learn in this course. So some list, some it's not complete list, but so if you don't see your company name here, your current employer name, don't get offended. It's not complete, but we tried to pull up few things here. The next one is what is the experience level of the current batch itself. So average experience is 8.8 years. So most of the learners in this batch, most of you are working professionals. Many of you already know Spark. They are already familiar with these technologies, but you came here to become expert and fill gaps here and there if you have any, and make it formalized, thorough, and learn a little more. So most of you are working professionals. Average batch experience is 8.8 years. We have people starting from 3 years to up to 20 years. We are we we have quite senior people here in the batch. 45% of the batch is 10 plus years of experience. So we are quite mature people here. Uh, this is similar stats for the previous batch. So these are the companies from where our previous, just immediate previous batch came from. So people are working in these companies. So just to give you a sense of where your alumni for this course are coming from. Previous batch experience is also similar. Average experience was 8.3 years, max experience 20 years, and 55% of our students were 10 plus years of experience. So that's about you. Now, next thing that I want to talk about is course delivery mode, how we will learn, how we deliver this course. But before that, just want to touch base on the different approaches that are popular in the industry for learning. Mainly, there are two approaches. One is self-paced and self-learning model, and another one is cohort-based, instructor-based learning model. So, in self-paced learning model, both approaches have their own advantages and disadvantages. In self-paced learning model, you don't have you have full flexibility. You learn on your own pace, and you are not committed to a one fixed time where you have to join the session or uh, commit for a specific time every day, and if you miss, then you lose your learning. So, and you can do it fast, or you can go a little slow at your own pace. So that's one advantage of self-paced learning. But self-paced learning has a disadvantage also, that you don't have anyone to discuss, anyone to ask your doubts. You are alone there. right? You get the learning material from whatever source you can, and learn through it, experiment it. You got it, great. If you are stuck, start looking for solutions, or you start looking for your answers everywhere, and some answers you might find from somewhere, but some answers you might not find anywhere. So that's the negative side of the self-paced course. You also don't have anyone to validate whether whatever concept, whatever you understood in your self-paced learning, is that correct? Your understanding, is it correct? So that's another challenge. Uh, but in instructor-based learning, and in cohort-based learning, especially instructor-based learning with the small to medium size of co-learners, there are some other kind of advantages. Like with instructor-based learning, you have an instructor, you have a mentor, you can speak to somebody. You are being guided throughout a program in a proper manner to follow a flow, mm, and a curriculum. And you have somebody who can answer your questions, who can validate whether your understanding is correct or incorrect, who can guide you throughout the learning process. And you can reach out to him or speak to him for any other kind of queries, questions, doubts, or maybe career guidance, or whatever, whenever you feel like speaking to your mentor. That's an advantage. Since you are part of a cohort, there are other learners, you also have opportunity to interact with others, discuss few things with others, maybe in the discussion forums or in other channels, or maybe you can build up relationships and uh, create a close bonding and build a smaller group of like-minded learners and people from the same group, from your cohort, right? You also get an opportunity to see different kind of perspective, different people are looking at the same lesson, what kind of questions they are asking. And maybe you didn't even thought about asking that question, somebody else has asked, maybe during live sessions or in the discussion forums or in the question answer forums. So that gives you a little more different perspective from coming from different people, right? And then you also have opportunities where other people are coming and sharing their experiences and their stories. This could be success stories or failure stories. From every story we can learn things. So these are some advantages with cohort based learning model and instructor or mentor based learning. There are some disadvantages also on this, because every approach has some advantage and some disadvantage. So in the instructor based or mentor based live sessions, there are some disadvantages. Like sometimes live sessions becomes quite boring. You cannot speed it up. You cannot watch it at 1.5x or 2x, right? And sometimes it is very interruptive because so many people are asking different types of questions, and then you feel like it's going into different direction. That session is not that much productive. That happens sometimes, not every session, but sometimes that might happen. You have to commit a time, right? If your session is starting at maybe 7 p.m. every Sunday, then you have to commit for that time. You cannot leave that, you cannot miss that. And if you miss it, then you are back to self-paced learning. Even if you are getting recording, you are back to self-paced model. You lose the opportunity to ask questions then and there in the live sessions, right? So those are some negative sides. So, but we plan to take best from both the models, self-paced learning model and also best out of the cohort based learning model and instructor based learning model. Combine it together and take out the all the negative sides of it and build a delivery model which gives you benefits from both sides. But to take the best advantage of it, you have to follow some rules, some guidance. First one is you have to become active. You have to become active in asking questions. You have to become active in not missing your sessions. Be there on the sessions unless until there is some emergency or some other kind of situation. And you will anyway get recordings. But try to be there in every session. Be active there. Ask your questions, doubts then and there. Be active, right? That's the only rule. Don't shy away. Don't hesitate to ask a question. You can ask stupid questions. That's fine. No question is actually stupid. And we are all mature people here. So be active, ask your questions, and know a little bit about your cohort, know about your batchmates, know a little about your other guys. Try to connect with them. We facilitate that also. Come forward occasionally. Let us know if you want to share your stories. We will facilitate that also, so that you can facilitate. You can connect with others. You can share your stories. You can share your experience. That is also kind of being active in the learning process. And finally, the most important, the most critical thing is we have to respect each other. That's the most critical thing. Otherwise, nothing is going to work. So some people are junior, some people are senior, some people are coming from different backgrounds, different kind of experience levels. So we'll have to respect each other within the cohort we have within the group. Without that, it's not going to work out. So uh, that's some guidelines for everyone's benefit. So then little more about what is the course delivery model. So as I said, we have a hybrid course delivery model. Uh, it's a mix of self-paced learning plus live sessions and mentorship. Both are combined together. So how it will happen? You will learn. You will use recorded sessions. We have created high quality recorded sessions. You will use those during the week for learning the core topic, the core subject. You will learn from there. And on the weekends, we will have regular live sessions almost every weekend. You will have a live session where you will join the session and I'll be there to deliver few things in the live session. So what do we deliver in the live session? First and most important thing is to make sure that all your doubts are resolved, all your queries are resolved. The main agenda for live session is to have an interactive session. We can speak. We can speak what we learned, where we have doubts, and make sure it is resolved. So all your doubts, your questions will be resolved during the weekdays itself. But there might be some questions or doubts that cannot be resolved in the system by answering your question in the text format. That might require interactive discussion or back and forth question answering, or they're conceptual and require elaborate discussion and explanation. So those kind of things we will bring into live sessions. If you don't have anything to discuss regarding doubts or topics that came out from your questions, then we use that same live session to deliver few complex topics that require extra explanation or elaborate explanation. So I'll come prepared with one topic to deliver in the live session. I'll teach that. But if you have questions which require discussion in the live sessions, that will take priority. We will also plan some non-technical items in the live sessions, like how do you increase your visibility, how do you build up your profile, how do you handle interviews, how do you prepare for interviews, or we will share some success stories, failure stories, project stories. Either I will share it or it will come from some students within the batch, or maybe from the previous batches. So that is also one thing that comes in the live session. And then we are open for other things. It could be something that you demand that this should be covered, which is not part of the curriculum. But if I have information and knowledge about that topic, and you think that it should be covered, we can plan one live session to talk about it. That's on demand kind of thing. We also have one-to-one option for one-to-one discussion, where you and me, one of you and me, can connect over a Zoom call and have a one-to-one discussion. I'll talk about it. That's part of the support process. So that's how we deliver our course. And then next topic is, what's the objective? What's the course objective? So we build a curriculum, we build a learning path with some objective in our mind. But you might be coming here with a different kind of objective. Your objective is not to the point based on the curriculum or the learning path we build. Your objective could be just gain knowledge and skills. Some people might be looking to prepare themselves for the next job opportunity, how to prepare yourself for the next interview, how to handle your interviews, how to increase your visibility, and then how do you prepare and crack your next interview. So next job opportunity could be your 1 point objective. Some people might be trying to switch from one technology to another technology, or in some domain you want to either expand or switch your domain, technology domain especially. Or you are already working in good company, you don't want to switch, you are looking to improve yourself and go on your career advancement and promotion, or rise up in the corporate ladder. Some people might be focusing on certification only, or your objective could be others. We are open to hear from you uh, during the course, over a period of time, and discuss with you what is your objective, how we can help you to uh, achieve your specific objective. That might not be listed here. These are things that I thought, I assumed that these could be one of your objectives. But if something else is your objective, I'm open to listen to that and discuss with you and talk about it and plan how we can help you succeed and meet your objective, you meet your goal. So that's about the course objective in our objective. How to access your LMS? I used to give a demo in the welcome session, but we have recorded a video for that. Most of you might have already received that and already have gone to the LMS and got your access. You know how to use our LMS, how it looks, how it works. So I'm not going to give a demo. If some of you have not received it and is still having some problem, you are not able to log in, or you don't know where to ask questions and how to use it, you can reach out to your course coordinator. He will help you. He will guide you with that process. So we have a dedicated LMS for running this course. So you will get access to the LMS. How our doubt clearance and support works. So there are many ways you can ask your doubts and seek for help. The first one is specific to lessons. right? So if you are watching some video, you are reading some content given in your LMS, you are trying to learn from there, you got a doubt, you you can ask a question then and there itself. In the LMS, you have a link to ask question next to the lecture, whether it is text-based lecture or it is video-based lecture or it is a quiz or whatever it is. Every uh, chapter or every session has a immediate link to ask a question. You can click that, ask your question then and there. You don't have to move anywhere. So any question is specific to one particular lesson, which is coming from a particular lesson, you should ask there immediately. We answer your questions within 24 hours. You will get a reply to your question, and you will also get an email notification that your question is answered. We also have community forum where you can ask other type of questions which are not specific to a particular lesson or a chapter or a topic. You have some general question, maybe you are facing some problem in your project you are working, you can put it in the community forum. Your instructor or other your batchmates or your previous batches, somebody will engage in that discussion. So things which you want to start a discussion on, you should come and put in the community forum. So that's another place. From your community forum questions and from your specific lesson questions, we will immediately answer it in the system itself. But we will also mark few things from those question itself that this topic or this question will be included in the live session, right? Because the reason could be that it's little elaborate, or you ask something which requires interactive discussion, or it requires elaborate explanation, which is not possible to cover up in the forum itself. So we mark it, notify you that this is this question will be included in the next live session, and we'll answer it there. So that's another way. Otherwise, in the live session, you are always there. I take all kind of questions in the live sessions. You can ask technical, non-technical, whatever kind of questions you want to ask in the live sessions. Other than that, we also have a one-to-one technical support, which is subject to fair use policy, but it works like, suppose you are doing something, you are stuck, and you raised your question in the forum, you raised your question, you got your answer, but still you are not able to resolve, you are kind of stuck. And then we realize that, okay, you are stuck somewhere and it requires a one-to-one support, or it requires a kind of session where we can have a screen sharing and look into the issue and help you come out of that problem. So in those kind of scenarios, you will get a one-to-one support. There are no limited numbers that during the course you will get one-to-one support or 5 one-to-one supports. There is nothing like that. The only thing is we will do assessment from our side that it actually requires a one-to-one support. So we'll schedule it with you at a convenient time. Then you have escalation points. If something is not resolved, or you are facing any kind of problem, you want to reach out to somebody and speak over phone or raise your concerns. You have a dedicated course coordinator. You will have his phone number, WhatsApp number. You will have his email. Everything will be given to you. You can reach out to him for any problem that you are facing. That will be your first point of contact. And if your problem is not resolved from there, you can always reach out to me. But your first point of contact will be your course coordinator, and you can feel free to reach out to me if your problem is not resolved by your course coordinator. So that's how your doubt clearance and support works. Uh, so communication channel wise, we usually work during these working hours. Our support uh, timings are Monday to Friday, 10 to 6. Whether you want to reach out to your course coordinator, or when you asked a question in the forum, you can expect an answer within this window itself. It's not strictly followed always. Sometimes you get answer at early morning or reply maybe in the middle of the night, but this is official working hours. So Monday to Friday, you can, if especially when you want to reach out to your course coordinator, this is the timing. You have three, four types of touch points. One is your LMS platform, where you can ask questions in discussion forum. We also have a batch specific WhatsApp group. You can put up whatever you want in your uh, WhatsApp group, but try to restrict yourself to the topic. Don't pollute, don't bring in unnecessary things in the WhatsApp group. So but every batch will have a separate WhatsApp group. We follow that. Your course coordinator, his WhatsApp number, his phone number will be available to you. You can reach out to him. So you can reach out to for support through the LMS platform, through the WhatsApp group, or you can call your course coordinator. If you need to speak to me, you can schedule a call with me for any specific requirement or guidance or anything you feel like talking to me. For whatever is coming in your mind, you can schedule a call with me through your course coordinator. Reach out to your course coordinator, ask him that I want to speak to Prashant, and he will facilitate that. He will schedule a call. So that's a communication channel. Then finally, the last topic is some best practices. We don't call it rules, regulations, and terms and condition, but I call it some best practices. So the first point is your LMS access is only for you. Uh, be a good citizen to get some extra benefits from your LMS access. The extra benefit is your LMS access is for lifetime as long as you are not exploiting it or misusing it. So, and you will keep on getting updates and upgrades to the same course and uh, same same learning path. Whenever we add any extra topic into these learning paths, this same learning path, or in the same course, we might expand the learning path, adding few more topics to it. So you will keep on getting those things as long as you have access to the LMS. But please remember that it is only for you. It's not something that you should share with others. Content is only for your personal consumption, your knowledge, and but whatever knowledge you earned from this is yours. You do whatever you want to do with that knowledge. All the content are copyright protected, so please do not share screenshots or documents or things outside in a public forums or social media and all that. You can share your knowledge, your learning, but don't uh, simply take a screenshot and share. Those kind of things we don't encourage. If you have a genuine requirement where you want to take out some presentations or slides or some material for some specific purpose, you can discuss with us. We in some cases we allow some people to use it for a specific purpose. So that option is there. And then finally, last thing is using our services implies you agree to our terms and condition. These are generic terms and condition. You can go through it at this URL on our website. So that's all for today. And by end of this session, or maybe somewhere tonight, your course coordinator will release you access for the first module. You might have already got access to the LMS platform. If not, it will come today or latest by tomorrow. Start learning through it. In case of any problem, any challenge in accessing the LMS platform, or any doubts that how to use it, you can reach out to your course coordinator. He will definitely help you and guide you. So that's all. Questions, if you have any.
Hi, Prashant. So Kishan this side.
Yeah, Kishan.
Yeah, so I have a question related to the recordings, right? So let's suppose if today is my first session, okay, and the recording is available by today itself, then for how long that recording would be available in that LMS portal?
So live session recordings are uploaded maybe next day in the LMS platform.
Mhm.
And it will be available for maybe for quite some time in the same. So it will be available in the same LMS, same module, same platform for maybe few months. And then we move it out to an archive location, right? So you will get access to the live session archive location, which is there as long as you have access to the LMS platform. So you will have access to that forever. It's not like that you will lose it. But the module which you follow, which is common for coming batches also. So most recent batch live session recording will be there in the LMS, and previous batches recordings will be moved into an archive location, and you will be given access to the archive location where you can go through it again whenever you want.
Yeah, sure. So actually, my concern is so let's suppose after 3 months, I want to recall a topic or module which was covered in the first month, right? So
Hmm.
I would be able to do that, correct? Like the
Correct,
recordings
correct.
would
You
be
will
available,
be.
right?
You will be. If
Okay,
because all the lessons remains there. Live session recordings will also be there.
Hmm.
Maybe place where you refer might change, but you will have access.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Prashant.
Okay, so I see so many hands are raised. So let me call names one by one from whoever has raised hands to ask a question. But uh, somebody was asking something.
Manjunath here, Prashant.
Yeah, Manjunath.
Prashant, like I just want to understand, some of the advanced features we'll be covering in this course, right? Like
Yes.
the autoloader, delta live tables. Like,
Yes.
are we implementing any practical kind of work? I mean, like, or it is just the theory, as this is like
No.
those topics which are
Everything is
very advanced.
practical. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Will it's everything is hands-on based. It's not like theory.
Okay.
You will have hands-on how to do it, scenarios, how to implement it. All will be practical.
All will be like a use case kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, Prasad, you can ask a question.
Yeah, so one question I had two questions. One question Amit has asked that one that actually really save the time because we'll be working as well as doing these codes. So setting up an image that would help us. So we can go today and start the VM and get started working on it. Second one is if we have any doubts in these sessions, what we are recorded, we are having it. So if you have any stuck up it there, so we need to send it in WhatsApp or whatever the communication we have shared with us. So in that one only we have to go ahead with, right?
No, while live sessions, you can ask your questions in the live session itself, whatever doubt you have, right? And during the weekdays, when you are learning through the videos or the recorded sessions, if you have any doubt, you can ask question there itself in the system. Type in your doubt there, take a screenshot, attach the screenshot, attach a file, whatever you feel like.
Got it. I got clear that.
And we'll
Third
pick up
question
that.
is, so we need to have this to practice this Azure Databricks. We need to have credentials with Azure, right? Azure Cloud. So if we do not have it, so this are we have any free credentials for this to working for 1 or 2 months like this?
No. So you can get 1 month Azure free subscription from Azure itself, right? They offer that, and they give good reasonable amount of credit, which works for 1 month. So you can use that for 1 month, but you will use it when we reach to the Databricks course. Previous batches are doing that. Before that, you don't need to take that. We will guide you when to take that free subscription and how to make best use of your 1 month. And maybe beyond that, you can keep a pay as you go subscription for Azure. We will guide you how to manage and minimize your cost, what will be your budget, how much it will cost you. All that we will help you with.
Yeah, understand. Because Databricks cluster, once we create it, we need to stop it. We do not stop it, it will be something.
Correct. So everything we will guide how you minimize and manage your cost. We will guide throughout the course.
Okay. Yeah.
Prasad, anyway, I mean, like auto terminate will be there. You can use.
Yeah.
Yeah, that also is there, but sometimes we forget it. And saying that, so most of the sometimes if you are uploading a few set of data, which is huge for the Databricks, whatever the very minimal cluster machine type. So that time, I think so. No worries. We will when we come back that time.
Yeah, we will come there
we'll
and we will help you find solutions for that. And whatever way we can help, we will also provide that support. So let's move on to the next question, Narayan.
Hi, Prashant, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, I am user of your Udemy courses previously. I done with using Scala. So recently I'm working on PySpark also in my current organization, but not much task we are working, not much task we are working. So maybe in future we will work on PySpark very heavily. So I wanted to be master in PySpark. So sir, recently I attended for an interview also. In that interview, they asked more about the streaming applications. Like have you done more of a streaming application like that?
Right.
I know you included the streaming applications. Let's say suppose is it only the I mean examples are we are going to do a project or if I attend to any big fan company interviews, what are the questions they are asking on the streaming applications? Can I do everything by this thing?
So we will cover streaming in this course. That is little as I showed in the slides, right? It is towards the end of the course because a lot of students are coming from they're not familiar with other things that requires to understand and absorb the streaming part. Streaming part is little more advanced and complex part of the Spark. So that's why it is placed towards the end. And you will learn, will have good knowledge on streaming, how it works and what kind of applications are built on the streaming, which it will come there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, is that clear, sir? I mean, already done your Udemy Scala streaming course. My question is that is it beyond that Udemy courses for the streaming applications? I know that the structure streaming is beyond
Yeah,
Do you want
everything in this course is a lot beyond that, whatever you have seen on Udemy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Uma Shankar.
Yeah, hi Prashant. So I already raised a question on discussion forum about what happens if I'm having a 10 GB cluster with 8 GB is already occupied and I'm trying to cache 3 GB extra, whether it will throw me out of memory message. And in the answer you said somewhere that 50% memory is reserved. So I didn't understood meaning of that.
Yeah, that's the problem if you don't understand the Spark memory management, memory architecture and all that, and directly jump onto. So you are starting this course, right?
Right.
You are in, right. So maybe when you reach to some advanced lessons where we talk about the Spark memory management, how individual pieces are of the Spark memory is designed, then this question will make more sense.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like it will slowly start making sense if you don't understand advanced topics properly. Directly on trying to understand these kind of questions will be little difficult.
Okay. Is it something about execution memory and storage memory, Spark.memory fraction? Is it something related to that?
I'll have to recall and look at the question once again. So maybe if you still have doubts, reply to that answer. I'll look at it and add on whatever.
Okay.
is
That will be
required.
helpful. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, Brahmam. Okay. You can ask your question.
Yeah, good morning, Prashant sir. My name is Brahmam. So I have a question that, okay, we are learning PySpark, okay, I mean, in Databricks. So we have chosen Azure Cloud environment to develop this PySpark application. So why can't we go for AWS? Because when I started applying for jobs, I'm getting the more calls on AWS data engineer rather than Azure data engineer. So one thing is, that is the first question. Second question is, when we go for Azure side, do we need to be compatible with the Azure Data Factory as well?
Okay. So this course is a Spark, right? And Databricks. Azure is a platform which we will be using. There are few things that are specific to Azure, especially in the second module where you will be learning Azure Databricks. Those, other than those few specific things which are specific to Azure, everything else is Databricks and Spark, which is common across all the cloud environments. You go on AWS or on Google Cloud Platform, everywhere it is same, right? So, but we had to choose some platform for Databricks, which was Azure. We will help you with the references on how you take that knowledge for AWS. Around 5 to 7% of the 5 to 10% of the Azure courses, Azure Databricks course is specific to Azure, right? So that portion, how you do it on AWS and how you do it on Google Cloud Platform, we will help you with that. And you can take your knowledge to any other platform also. So
if I go for Azure side, ADF factory is mandatory, right, sir?
Yeah, ADF is completely different thing. So
Yes.
we are not learning and teaching ADF in this course. So ADF is not in our scope actually. So we will leave ADF.
So if you go for AWS side, they are asking you like view and the killer. So moreover, the more focus is on
those are more about ingestion and data integration tools. So that's not in the scope of this course. So we're not.
One small final quick question, sir. So are we using any workflow like any scheduling for integration CI/CD pipelines? So what tool we are using here?
Yeah. So we will cover Databricks capabilities for building a workflow and pipeline and all that. Databricks now offers all those capabilities. You don't need extra tool for that. There are many, but we will cover Databricks capabilities for that. Databricks workflows and your DLTs and other things that Databricks has to offer.
Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Rajesh?
Hi, Prashant sir. Very good evening. See, as you said, this is a lifetime opportunity we will be having. If you want to connect after the course, after the 6 months course, we can still we can communicate with you, right, for one-to-one discussion or any interview questions, any support regarding to this data engineer after the course.
Why not? Why not?
And also we no need to install anything in our local system, right? Because we are doing a PySpark, we can use Databricks for community edition, right?
Right. 90% of the hands-on practice, everything you can do in the in your browser, in your cloud. That's how we designed this course and all the hands-on. You actually won't need anything on your local machine for few things to make sure that you understand and learn that process on how you set up your local machine for development on your local machine. We have coverage. That's not mandatory. And yeah, so 90% is in your browser itself.
Okay, Prashant. Yeah, that sounds good. And also, do we have any forums like there is a specific to interview question? So before going to attending any interviews, whatever previous batch has already discussed those questions, so that we can go through a list of questions and we can prepare. Is there any thing like that?
Yeah,
Separate?
that's not open public for everyone. If you are having an interview scheduled with some company, reach out to your course coordinator. He might be able to help you with some specific material and help you with that. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's
And
not like that there is a forum where all the questions are listed and you can go and look into it.
okay, okay, Prashant. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Yeah. Praveen.
Yeah. Hi, Prashant. Prashant, like you have mentioned the modules where we go to about the courses, right? So any time slab, like first module will take this much months or this much weeks, and the second module will take this much. Like any time frame you have set up already, or is that?
Yeah. Time frame is there. So mainly it's a 6 months, 4 to 6 months actually. So we break it into 2 slots. First slot is 2 months, another slot is 2 months. In between, you have project and certification and all that. So 1 month we take a buffer for that, and in last 1 month we take buffer for your capstone project and certification and all that. It's like 2 months and plus 2 months. In between 1 month you have some. So 2 months for Spark, 2 months for Databricks, Spark streaming and everything there, and 2 months for Spark core. That's how it is structured. Another 2 months we have added just because you might need some break, or you might need to spend some time on the project, capstone project, or prepare for the certification and all that.
Okay, so with the first, so suppose if we are person who is looking for a new job, like kind of switching the job from one organization to other organization. So if we complete the first module, so with that first module itself, will we be ready to attend for interviews?
Yes, first module will make you good enough ready to go and crack the jobs. Second module is will make you more ready. But yeah, even first module is lot
more enough. Okay.
more enough, more than
Okay.
enough.
So, okay, one more thing, like, so other than these, I mean, like we have a, so PySpark as in Databricks and live streaming, whatever we have this, right? So other than this, do you recommend to have a knowledge on, ADF and synapses or something?
Having knowledge is always good. So if you have time and energy, expand as much as possible. So I would not say that don't learn ADF,
Okay.
don't learn Azure Synapse. Learn it.
Okay.
Apart from this, whatever you can learn it.
Sure.
Not
Got it.
mandatory. We will during the course we will discuss what are the different brackets where people specialize, right? So specialization should be in one area, and then generalization should be in multiple areas. That's how industry is looking at people.
Sure. So thank you. Thanks for that helps, Prashant.
Yeah. So Shobita. Yeah.
Yeah, hi Prashant.
Hi.
Good evening. Actually, my question is like very basic. Actually, I have recently started working in this big data domain. Previously, I was in some other domain, and I am learning like I have idea about this Java Spark thing. So my question is like, what are the prerequisites that we must have before starting this course?
Prerequisite, if you are looking to build your career and grow in this data engineering and data domain, right? So SQL is kind of mandatory that everybody should know. More confident you are in SQL,
Yeah. Okay.
much better. Plus, this course is designed to use PySpark,
Yeah.
which is based on Python. So little basics on
Okay.
Python you should know.
Okay. So as like I have like used your Udemy course, like foundational course for Spark. Based on that only, I recently switched my technology. So like only one C programming language, like only one programming language won't be sufficient. Like if Java won't be sufficient. I have idea about this Python, right? Because
yeah, how much total experience you have?
I have 3 years, like 3 plus
3 years, right?
3.4.
So yeah, I would suggest that in long-term planning, keep at least 2 languages. Java is very critical. It's everywhere. So if you already know Java, don't lose it. Keep it with you. Plus, Python is becoming very popular in data domain, especially. So pick up Python and keep on expanding your knowledge on Python. That will help you in long term.
Okay. Yeah, and regarding this SQL, like before that, I was a database developer. So yeah, I have like some knowledge on SQL, but like very in deep level, I don't have. So I will work on that.
Yeah, you should definitely work on that. Some additional SQL you will learn in this course itself. And if you need references, you can reach out to me. I'll give you some good references for expanding your knowledge on SQL.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Atul.
Hi, good evening, Prashant. Thank you for conducting this course. I have a question. I think somebody else has already asked that, but I'll still go ahead to clarify that. I see we have 2 capstone projects. Just wanted to know how valid would they be from the perspective of a technical interview, where we would be required to explain an end-to-end practical enterprise level project, where like we have to cover like from ingestion, processing, storage, like the full life cycle of a data engineer. So just wanted to know how valid would that be?
They are good real life project taken from the real project. The idea and the concept is taken from the real project. Definitely data is not coming from the real project. It's a mock data which you will be using, but those are good real life projects which will give you good enough of how real life projects work. For your specific to your technical interviews within your regarding your project, right? That is something you have to discuss separately with me. If you feel like your profile doesn't show a good project, or you have a doubt on how do you present your project as a big data project so that your experience is or your knowledge is visible, right? So those things you can discuss separately. I'll help you with that. That goes a little outside
at the end of the
yeah. It's not. So we have 2 capstone projects, right? And we don't want everybody to add those capstone projects in your profile as your real life project experience. Everybody is keep on doing same thing, then it won't benefit anybody, right? So if you want to add something in your project, in your profile, or you want to enhance your profile from that perspective, to discuss with us. We help you with that.
Yeah, because I'm already working as a data engineer, but probably not using all the latest technologies that you'll be covering in the course. So probably I think we'll need a discussion regarding how to form that from a perspective of an interview.
Right.
Right. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Ashok. So we have okay.
Good evening, Prashant sir.
Good evening, Ashok.
So this is more likely about my career question. Okay. So I have almost 8 years of experience into core ETL Informatica developer. So it's very late to switch my career. But recently, like through some reference, I'm moving into Spark project.
Okay, good.
So in real time, I am going to work. So how much this will help, or if I want to switch my job, what type of like Spark and Databricks will work, or what type of technologies, like what type of role we'll get with this course?
Yeah, so we designed this learning path to deliver best knowledge about the Spark and Databricks and how projects works, right? Based on the previous batches, on what I see, people are using this in their day-to-day work. They are coming back and referring things here while working in the real projects. So that will help you. This course will definitely help you deliver your project. Even if you are switching you are new into Spark project, it will help you solve your real project problems and deliver your project. And from the developer to the architect, this entire journey is covered. We deliver enough knowledge to become a developer level role, and to prepare even for architect and senior level roles.
Okay. So actually, I have good knowledge in SQL. Have much knowledge in Python. Can I able to follow this entire course?
Yes. SQL, you know, good. Python also, you said you know a little, right?
Yeah, I can understand the basic things, but I am not expert in that.
Yeah, so we have one course, Just Enough Python kind of course, which is 4 or 5 hours of recorded sessions. You go through it. That will help you fill any gaps in the Python. Work with your course coordinator. He will provide you access to that. And go through it once so that if there are some gaps in Python, it is for everyone. If there are some gaps in your Python knowledge, you can fill it using that course.
Okay.
Which is in...
So my future project is works on Scala. Is there any Scala project, Scala course will get from you to refer?
Yeah, not now, because this entire content is based on PySpark. Spark APIs are same whether you use it in Scala or in Python. But yeah, all the examples as of now are in PySpark. In future, maybe we can translate those things in Scala also. And
yeah. So I'm asking like Python course. Is there any Scala course given by you in this module?
No, in this, as of now, we are not covering Scala.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Ravi.
Yes, sir. Thanks. I have joined lately due to some unavoidable situation at home. Anyway, but the questions I want to ask is that first question, is there any way in a nearby time, like to some events of Databricks might happen so that we should get a free Databricks certification voucher? If we save that, almost half of the phase we have, we'll get it.
So in last 3 months, almost everyone who was connected with me has got the Databricks certification voucher free of cost. But future, nobody knows. We keep a eye on all the communication and shown up by or communication from Databricks itself regarding discounts or free offers or whatever. If opportunity comes, I will definitely share it with everyone. Whoever is interested can take up that opportunity and get a free certification voucher, but that's not in our hands. So we'll have to look and hope it will come soon. The last opportunity ended on 30th of, I think, September. 30th September, they had one session where they were giving free vouchers. Lot of students already gone through that session. Some are still waiting that voucher to come, but it will come if they have finished all the requirements. It will come. Next opportunity, when it comes, I will let everybody know. Actually,
just sorry for interrupting you. I think I saw somewhere in the LinkedIn they are running some session in sometime in October time, but they are giving only $150 voucher. So you have to spend only $50. So there are some session on 9th, 10th, on 19th, 20th, and 21st. But I saw some LinkedIn mail someone published.
Okay. Forward it to maybe.
No, because I saw because I cannot find again, because you know that in LinkedIn is very difficult to search. But it's definitely they're running some session on 90th, 20th, and 21st.
Okay.
One more thing, you have mentioned that even with respect to Databricks, you will cover us the CI/CD pipeline also. But in the first 2 months, you will cover PySpark, normal plain PySpark, even though you will run it in data notebooks. Can you give us an example, like how to create a CI/CD pipeline with respect to open source PySpark and a project level, I mean enterprise project level, how they will deploy it and all? is that you will cover? And third question
that if required, I will have a separate session on that. But in both the capstone projects, that entire thing is covered with the example and the real pipeline is built. So in the capstone project 1, we have a CI/CD pipeline built for that capstone project 1 covered in the first project for how it will work on the Hadoop based environments, right? The second project is Databricks, is specific to cloud environments. So in the second capstone project, you will learn how CI/CD is built for Databricks environment, where most of your code is in notebooks, and how you deploy it in the cloud, how you package it. So both scenarios are covered.
Okay. One more thing is that I understand that while I'm interviewing, while I've gone through interviews, there, even after joining the job, I understood that it's very, very important to understand the niche of the domain. What is the product? Suppose if you are working for a finance company, you should understand the domain more, so that we'll understand the get insights of the data. That kind of level understanding we'll get it.
Domain is difficult to cover, right? Finance domain, banking domain, retail domain, those are completely different things. We cover technology here, so maybe, yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's it from my side.
Yeah, Vijay.
Actually, Prashant, I just put a link because I think try that link. It will help you.
Yeah, I'll go through this link.
Yeah, because when I log in, it will showing on my profile when I log into my user ID and password. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'll look at that link, and if it is useful, I'll reshare this one or the relevant one. But the idea is that for certification vouchers, free certification vouchers, and even different kind of discount offers, we also keep an eye. You also need to be little vigilant and be active on social media, like mostly LinkedIn. If you see something, share it with the group. If I see something, I also share it with the group, and so that everyone is benefited. If you have doubts, share it with me. I'll do an investigation, look at it, what exactly it is, and share it back with everyone so that they can take benefit. Thanks, Amit, for that. I'll look at that link. Vijay, you were asking some question.
Yeah, question. So okay, during this this practice project session, right, capstone project, right? So that unit testing, for example, the code, whatever the use cases which we are covering in the development part, right? Any specific unit test tool will be suggested, like how do we unit test the code?
Yeah, so for non-cloud environments, we explained 2 unit testing frameworks for PySpark unit testing. One is unit test itself, which is a Python unit testing framework. Another one is PyTest, which is very popular. So we explain PyTest, how you use PyTest, how you write your unit test cases in PyTest. And for Azure Databricks, we also cover another unit testing framework, which is mostly used in the cloud-based environment called Nutter framework. So we cover 3.
So we will be right because people who were not, we use the tool also, right? It will be refreshed over here, right? So
sorry.
So if we are not used this tool earlier, right, we can get it with experienced over here, right, in this session.
Yeah, we help you understand those frameworks, how to use those frameworks, and then we build unit test cases also, so that you learn everything with example. So
Yeah,
you will
and
learn it. Even if you are absolutely new to these unit testing frameworks, you will still be able to learn and use it.
sure, sure. So and the final one, I think you have already answered the CI/CD like DevOps thing. Like in the Capstone project, it's like just the code checking from the different stage environments, how we do that kind of exposure also we will get it, right?
Yes, yes.
Thanks, thanks.
For the Capstone project, we build a CI/CD pipeline which will automatically pull the code from this source control as soon as you check in there or raise a pull request, and then trigger the entire pipeline automatically and finally deploy it in your target environment. So all that is end-to-end automation is done and covered.
So with this knowledge, so we can deploy in our live projects also, right? So some kind of idea.
Yeah, you can, but in my experience, for all this, in every project, you will have a DevOps guy helping you in the real life, but you will have enough knowledge to do that.
At least to understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Debajyoti?
Yeah, hi Prashant, good evening.
Hi.
Hi. Actually, a little out of the box question actually. So we are learning Spark here, but maybe the market is demanding, or maybe then the market also we can see that there are certain competitive products has already getting popular parallelly. For example, if it is data flow from GCP side, or maybe big queries and all. So where the Spark is so far standing, and maybe 5 years or 10 years down the line, how would be the situation and the demand for Spark?
Yeah, so maybe I will explain the entire ecosystem in one live session. So who fits where, right? And in what kind of requirement we are picking which tool. That I will cover in one of the live session. We will have that discussion. But from the future perspective, nowadays technology is changing very fast, right? We talk about shelf life of one technology, but Spark and Databricks, these are still new. These are in the growth trajectory. So next 10 years, next 5 year at least, you can think of growing with these technologies, and then another 5 years you can think it like will be stable. So 10 years definitely is there. You don't have to worry about that. Beyond that, things might change a little bit, but it's a long term.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, maybe one more question I have. For example, as you told also, and we have seen also that maybe in every batch in the open forum, you take the complex topics and you discuss. Maybe you are giving some knowledge sessions and something like this. So every batch gets some new flavor. For example, in terms of dealing with the different complex things. Maybe, I mean, is there any way maybe just to get the flavor of those questions? Maybe those questions may not come in this batch probably, but could be in the
yeah. Question forum is common. Question forum is common. You will have access to all the questions asked by anyone in the past and batches also.
Okay, and is it also accessible in the portal itself?
Yes, it is accessible.
Okay, so we can view the past questions.
Yeah. Yes, you can view the past questions, you can view the answers, everything is there. We are also working on taking out some really good questions, some insightful questions and their answers from the past batches, and create a FAQ document, place it at central place, so that those kind of questions which we feel like everyone should at least go through it once, because there is some new learning in those questions, right? Question itself is a learning material in many cases, So we are
Absolutely.
doing that also, and we bring it in the FAQ. Everybody will have access. It's a consolidated thing for all the questions, and we keep on updating that also.
Okay.
So, but we are working on that FAQ as of now. It's not yet ready, but access to the previous batch questions are already there in the system. You can see that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Maybe I'll explore it and maybe I'm new. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So looks like Michael Dell is who is next.
Yeah, hi Prashant, sorry. So I didn't change my name. So my question is like, I have some good experience and hands-on on the Python.
Your voice is not clear. I cannot hear you properly. Maybe you come closer to mic.
Okay. Now it's better, Prashant.
A little. What's your name?
My name is Kalyan. My question is like, my name is Kalyan.
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is like, I have some good hands-on experience on the Python, but in the SQL part, I have very limited knowledge and I have know only the basic concepts. So if you provide some good reference links to the SQL, it is better for me.
I will provide you references for SQL. You can follow that. You can take
it is very necessary to have some deep knowledge on the SQL to learn PySpark.
Not really. You should have. So in this course, we assume that you know basics of the SQL. At least you know select clause, from clause, where clause, and you understand joins left, right, and all inner outer joins and all those kind of things. We don't assume you know advanced SQL, analytical queries and all that. Whenever it is required, how we do it in Spark, that time we cover those things. How you think about analytical query modeling and how you do it in Spark. Using data frame APIs and using Spark SQL, we cover that. So that you will anyway learn here. But having said that, SQL is very critical for a data engineering space. So you should have a separate focus on learning SQL as much as you can. And I will provide references that will help.
Okay, thank you.
So looks like I covered everyone's question. So maybe 2 more questions if somebody is willing to ask something, or we'll end today's session. Anyone? No?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Praveen.
Praveen here. Prashantji, what the courses which we enable week wise, right? So first session, second session of course will be enabled only once we complete everything on the first week's one, or how it will be the process.
Yeah, we prefer everyone to go together, right? But in some cases, if there is some urgency, criticality, somebody want to go faster, work with your course coordinator. He will also help you with that. We don't want to limit.
Sure. Got it. Thanks for that. That helps.
Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, and welcome once again. We'll end today's session, and you will get scheduled for the next live session from your course coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.